now as we move on to our LA things, we even want to talk about this and continue to get focus back to our LA squads, starting with the Rams. And as we do that again, show love to LA Sports Report. This is the clips you're about to see. The talks you're about to see will be on their platforms going forward. Going to the Rams and what's going on with them. The season now is wrapped up, and the most notable thing that I wanted to address was that the season now wrapped up. We can finally put a full debate to C.J. Stroud and Puka Nacua. So C.J. Stroud's season came to an end to the Ravens we just talked about in the playoffs right now. Puka Nacua his season came to an end in the playoffs as well. But we saw how great they were helping their teams get to the position that they were. So now the season is fully coming to an end. Who do you have this year as Rookie of the Year? Do you have Puka or CJ?
Man, this answer feels like a cop-out, but they've done like co-awards before, right? Like this feels like it could be a co-Rookie of the Offensive Rookie of the Year type award, just with how great CJ has been and leading them from a 3-win team to a 10-win team into the playoffs, and a playoff win in the first round. And then Puka Nacua had a historical season himself as a rookie. It's hard for him to have that and not get the award too.
Right.
Would be tough. Just a 60-year record that he broke it with the rookie receiving yards. I think he had over 1,400 on the year.
Crazy.
He stepped in immediately when Kupp was out, and we thought the season was all but over early on in the early weeks. He immediately shot onto the scene and maintained that level of play, and it had probably the best game of any player in that matchup against the Lions, with 180 plus yards and a touchdown in that game too. So,
right.
I mean, he's a bona fide star receiver in this league. CJ, a bona fide star QB in this league already, both as rookies. So I think they're both deserving. If you have to choose one, it's probably CJ. The quarterback gets a little bit more love, and the bounce back that they had from last season.
I was going to say, he's been playing a lot of the media games recently too. There's been a lot of love shown to him online, and he's been doing a lot of interviews and things.
Deservedly so. Yeah.
And it's also just beyond that. It's Oscar time right now. Anytime I think there's a lot of award shows going on, you see that there's a lot of agendas at play, campaigning agendas at play. I think CJ Stroud putting a good campaign beyond what already is on the field with his numbers, but also in the media as he's won a lot of folks over as well. So I think CJ gets it, but I agree with you that it could go either way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Obviously, I wouldn't be mad at Puka getting it as our Rams guy, because I think he's very much deserving too. But very, very 1A, 1B type race. Yeah.
Correct. So salute to both of them. Definitely good stuff. On the topic of rookies here in LA, one also showed love to Kobe Turner. He was just singing the national anthem at the Kings game.
Renaissance man.
Did you see that at all? Any thoughts on what Kobe did this last week?
I did not see it, but he had a great rookie year himself on the defensive side for the Rams. One of the few bright spots on our defensive unit this past season. So good for him. I didn't know he was a Renaissance man like this, and had some pipes as well. Could sing. So salute to him, and salute to the Kings as well. Wish them well for the rest of their season. But
my next question is: have you ever been to a Kings game?
I have not. I have been to a few hockey games. Out in Tucson, a couple people took me out to Tucson Roadrunners games. So that's minor league hockey. They really grinding out there in the minor leagues. They respect the grind. I respect the grind. So it was fun. It's a fun atmosphere for sure. It's a little bit different than some other sporting events in there. It can get a little let's see, patriotic in there is what I'll say as well too. I'll try to choose my words wisely there, but the hockey arena could definitely be a very, very fun experience. I got to get to a Kings game soon too.
Definitely. I haven't been to a game myself, but I've heard a lot of great things about it. Definitely on the list. Hopefully somebody on the Kings sees this, can send some tickets over for us, and we'll definitely be tuned into that. I'll definitely salute to them for what they're doing, and glad that they gave Kobe some shine there. And excited to see what's next with him and the Kings as their things go along there. The last part with that, as you see him singing the national anthem, I guess I want to ask you, what is the best national anthem you've seen in person? Going to a game or
best song?
Yeah, like the West. When you're in person, you heard somebody singing, you're like, oh wow, like they cooked right here.
I feel like that's happened a couple of times, but I don't know that I can remember who was singing. I feel like it's sometimes like it's the random person that like you're like, oh damn, like they got some real pipes on them kind of thing. Right. I can't remember like a celebrity because I feel like the celebrity ones that we remember are like the funny bad ones, like
Yeah,
what's her name, like Fergie or whatever, like singing the the national anthem at the All-Star game. Like
right.
the memorable ones are the funny ones like that are memeable, but I can't remember like a really like great one that I remember beyond like the classic, like Whitney Houston type stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then that I've seen in person. Of course, I remember all the ones that we've seen just in general. But in person, the Mystic Sparks game we went to was crazy. I hope I forgot their name though.
Yeah, that's a good point, Matt. Yeah, that was a
Okay,
good one.
so that must be a good one for y'all. I was trying to think of it before I even asked this. I couldn't think of one I've seen myself. I guess if any came to mind, random, but I think at my in high school a while ago,
Okay.
it was a brother and sister. The brother played the not the
Dart?
what's the big
Cello?
the cello. They played the cello, and she sang. And the way that they did it, everybody was like, "Oh, they're like," everyone started cheering during like mid song and everything. They went crazy. So I can't remember their names. My apologies. If they somehow catch wind of this, my bad. But yeah, from my high school, way back.
All right.
One. And then from there, I think the person that would be it. Just in general. Obviously, there's all the big name ones. It's not people have started to come around to it and acknowledge it as well. But just between us, I think it was the Super Bowl last year. I think Chris Stapleton, whoever that was last year, whoever
I don't remember.
Whoever dude that was, he went crazy. So yeah, there've been a few races recently that caught my attention. So this is a fun thing seeing what Kobe did. Reminded me of those moments. I mean, definitely appreciate those as games get underway.
Who said it? I forget if Vince Staples said it or whoever, but the national anthem don't even really slap like that. So I'm not paying attention.
Folks find a way to switch it up a little bit. It definitely can be great. So salute to them for how they do it to make it stand out. So fun stuff with the Rams. Yeah. So Matt says, well, Chris Stapleton was one of the good ones. I remember that was last year. I was I didn't know who he was before that. So
I don't know about that. I don't know about that language, Matt. One of the good ones. I don't know. I don't know, man.
What do you mean by that?
What do you mean by that?
Oh man, but yeah, definitely good stuff. The last thing with the Rams, as things have now in the offseason, there's a lot of stuff we can be focused on as we look to rebuild this squad. Are there any big swings you want to see the Rams take this offseason? You want to see them go get I don't even know, but just as you're just looking at the offseason, is there anything you want to see the Rams really push for to get them over the hump next season and beyond?
That's a good question. I mean, it's definitely the secondary. Like we're missing like real playmakers at that spot. I don't know like who the big names who would be available would be on that end. I feel like it would probably more so have to be trade. I'm not really abreast as far as like who's going to be on the free agent market. I think there's maybe a couple Bills guys defensively that are going to be available.
Yeah, a few of those
guys. So maybe there's someone on that end, but it would definitely have to be on the defensive side for me. I don't feel like they need a big splashy name on offense because you have Stafford, you have Puka and Kupp, you got Kyron. I think as you mentioned, like a change of pace guy maybe for running back so that they don't have to rely on Kyron to play 93% of the snaps or whatever he was playing. But beyond that, I don't really think they need a big splashy guy on offense. I think it would more so be on the defensive side.
Yeah, I definitely asked this for your thoughts, but in my own just answer to the question, I kind of want them to be quiet. Like I want them kind of sneak up on folks. I don't want them to really go and get a bunch of big names that everybody kind of sees coming. I kind of want them to just keep drafting the right way as we've been doing. Keep finding the random guys that we find out of nowhere. Find another DeMarcus Robinson, whoever as receiver that shined in the last couple weeks of the season. Keep just finding small name guys that don't get folks' attention. Then when the season comes around, it's like, oh wait, who's this team that all of a sudden is the top of the NFC. So we'd love for them to do that and lay low actually this summer and build as they've been for the last year. So
I trust McVay and the GM over there to make those late round picks. So, like they found Puka in the 5th round, they found Kyron in the 5th round. So I trust them to be able to identify talent and develop it as well too. So to your point, like don't necessarily have to make the big splashy move because we've got the ability to find guys and have them make immediate impacts.
Very much so. So excited for all of that. And we'll definitely continue to address things as they come along.